Hi, I'm Richard Jeffries. Thanks very much for ordering your free copy of the book I wrote, Approved, A Simple Guide to Home Loans for Busy Professionals. Now, the reality is that the home loan landscape and the way to get an approval has now changed significantly. So what I'd really like to do is take you through a process that makes it really easy for you to understand what's involved in getting a home loan approval and also in choosing the right type of home loan. We developed a 4-step process called the 4 L's of lending that will walk you through exactly what you need to know so that when you do come to buying a home and when you do come to getting your home loan approved, it's simple, it's easy to understand, and you can focus on finding the right property. So the 4 L's of lending actually starts with your level, and then it moves through to your loan type, then the lender, and then looking after the lodgement of your application. So we're going to start with understanding your level. And within that, your level, there's 3 parts to understanding. Now, the first part is understanding what exactly is your borrowing power. Now, within your borrowing power, the bank will look at your deposit as the first point. And what they want to understand is what's the deposit that you're contributing to the property versus what they're lending against the property's value. We have a look at this example. The property value is $500,000, and this couple has $110,000 in savings. They put $10,000 aside for stamp duty and costs associated with purchasing, and they're contributing $100,000 as a deposit into the property. The bank, on the other hand, is lending $400,000 against a property worth $500,000, which means that they're lending 80% of the value. Now, that's really important because that shows what the loan to value ratio is. And that's a really important metric that the bank uses. If they're lending more than 80% against the property value for your purchase, then what they'll do is they'll take out insurance to cover themselves to make sure that if the loan does go into default or something does go wrong, that they're covered. And that mortgage insurance is a cost that you need to pay as the borrower. So it's really important to understand, firstly, okay, are you going to be able to get to that 20% deposit? In other words, having the bank lend 80% or less? Or are you going to be under the 20%, in which case mortgage insurance is going to be involved? The second part within understanding your level is your serviceability. And that's often referred to as your borrowing power. If we have a look at the slide, that will simply be a process of the bank taking into consideration what your total income is, then looking at your total expenses, so any existing loans you have, the number of dependents in your household, and then from that figure, understanding how much can you afford each month to go towards a mortgage repayment. Okay. Now, it is also really good to understand that the banks will actually work out the mortgage repayment based on an interest rate, usually 1.5% to 2% above what you're actually going to be receiving as your interest rate. So they do put a buffer in there so that if interest rates go up, they know that yes, okay, you can still afford the loan. Now, the final part to understanding your level is your stability and conduct. And quite simply, the banks are looking at there is how long have you been in your job? Is it a sufficient enough time for them to have comfort in the fact that you've got stability? And also, how's the conduct been on the loans that you do have? So have you been paying your credit card on time? Any car loans that you have they been paid on time? And also with regards to your credit report, your credit file, do you have any overdue debts from past loans that you've had? And you really want to be aware of them if you have, so that you know how to deal with them best. So that's how you understand your level. And once you've done that, you can then move to understanding, okay, what's going to be the loan type that is going to suit you best. And by understanding your loan type, what we do is simply look at the different sorts of loans that all the banks offer. And the good thing is they all offer the same type of loans. We walk you through those 5 different types of loans, as you can see across the top there. And then we have a look at the features and just work out what features are you going to require and line that up with what sort of loan is then going to suit you. Because we don't want you paying for features in a loan that you're not going to use. Once we've identified the type of loan, we can then move to the lender or the bank to choose. So we work out what's the type of loan? We've got that type of loan. Okay, which bank or which lender is going to be most competitive for that type of loan that you require? Now the good thing is being a broker, we're remunerated by these lenders. We're paid by them, so it is a free service for you. We simply walk you through what those lenders are offering and the type of product that is going to suit you. Once we've selected the lender, we then look at the lodgement. So lodging your application, collecting the supporting documents that are required and assisting you with that, and your personal details and a budget that the banks will ask for, packaging all that together and getting that off to the bank for an approval. Once we have that approval in place, we at Newbridge actually offer you the rate review guarantee. So we will review your interest rate on an ongoing basis. Now that's really important, especially after the second, third and fourth year of your loan, because you want to make sure that your interest rate stays competitive, so each month you're not paying more interest than you should be. Now, if you'd like to know more about your options or get a pre-approval underway so you can start looking seriously at property, you can contact us for your free appointment on the details there. We'd love to sit down and work through with you exactly what your options are. We're located locally in Brisbane, and we have an office in Milton with parking available for you. I'm Richard Jeffries, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.